The mamas and the papas stars' cruel cause of death rumor, another fat joke, author says, simply not true. The star behind the viral TikTok song, Make Your Own Kind of Music, is the subject of a new book, All the Leaves Are Brown, How the Mamas and the Papas Came Together and Broke Apart. Nearly 50 years after her death, Cass Elliot inspired TikTok users to make your own kind of music. Months after the 1969 hit went viral, the late singer and her bandmates are now the subjects of a new book. New York Times bestseller Scott G. Shear has written All the Leaves Are Brown, How the Mamas and the Papas Came Together and Broke Apart. It explores the rise and downfall of the folk quartet, whose tracks influenced the Southern California music scene. He spoke to several surviving insiders who knew and befriended the band over the years. They were lightning in a bottle, Shear told Fox News Digital, and the level of dysfunction was incredible. The band was together for a very short period, and when they got a big recording deal and became superstars, they also reached a level of dysfunction and really what I deemed as resting on their laurels. John Phillips and his wife Mikhail Phillips originally started the band and called themselves the New Journeymen, People magazine reported. In 1965, Denny Doherty joined the husband and wife duo after leaving his band, the Mugwumps. The outlet noted that Elliot, who was Doherty's former bandmate in the aforementioned group, was the last to join. According to legend, Elliot was only allowed to join the band after she was hit on the head with a metal pipe to alter her vocal range. She seemingly confirmed the incident to Rolling Stone in 1968. She claimed that John regularly body-shamed Elliot and compared her to his more beautiful and slimmer wife, a former model. Her eyes are too close together, John told Doherty, as quoted by Shear, and she smells. She rubbed John the wrong way, she explained. She was immensely talented. She could sing the shingles off any roof. She had one of the best voices of her generation, and I do think that John, on some level, was jealous of that. And when he put his band together, I think he had a trio in mind. He wanted to be the musical cultivator with the handsome lead singer and the beautiful female vocalist. He didn't feel Cass fit the look. But the thing is, he just didn't like her. He didn't want her in his group. I do think there was some lingering resentment there. He was very forceful with her in a way that he wasn't with the others. The band performed from 1965 to 1968, skyrocketing to fame. They earned a Grammy in 1967 and saw 16 of their songs top the Billboard charts, including California Dreamin' and Monday Monday. But behind closed doors, the pop foursome was involved in a love square. In 1965, Doherty was sleeping with Michelle while she was still married to John. Meanwhile, Elliot's unrequited love for Doherty was an open secret within the band. According to reports, this created tension between the women. It was pretty toxic, said Shear. I don't think John could ever fully trust Denny while Michelle was in the picture. At one point, Michelle was kicked out and replaced with Jill Gibson, who was dating their producer, but it just didn't work. So Michelle was brought back, and then John started having his own affairs. Then you have Denny pining away for Michelle, but that didn't stop him from having his own flings. And Cass had a string of lovers who just wanted her for her money, and she always still loved Denny. It's as bad and as complicated as it could get. And Cass was mocked for her weight, she continued. In those times, people didn't have a problem making light of that, and she could roll with it. She handled it like a pro. But how could it not kill you deep down inside and embarrass you, especially when you're in love with somebody? I think that fueled her away from the group. She became more and more distant as the group became more and more dysfunctional.